Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining this Happy Hips class. We will be working through the hip area as well as the low back, getting any of that stuck energy moving so the hips can open up and you can feel free, aligned, and ready to take on the rest of the day. So let's get started in child's pose today. And taking a wide child's pose, knees to the outside edges of the mat, or even a little wider if that's comfortable for your body. Big toes together to touch, hips relax towards the heels, and allow the forearms to rest heavy. The forehead falls to the earth, or maybe a block for some more support. Unhinge the jaw, maybe take a flutter of the lips. And then begin to melt into this posture, to heavy all of your weight to the surface beneath you. With every inhale, the belly drops, the back fills with air. Every exhale, the hips sink deeper towards the heels as the sit bones widen. And beginning to connect a little deeper with your breath here. So bringing in that ujjayi breath if it's in your practice. Moving through some deep inhales through the nose and complete releases of an exhale out of the mouth. Notice how your body responds to a few intentional full breaths. And then beginning to crawl the fingertips forward as the elbows gently lift off the mat extended child's pose. And once you feel lengthened and activated, release the elbows back down to the earth. Place the hands in prayer, and then gently float the prayer up and over the back of the head. You can walk the elbows out, scooch them out another inch or so, opening the chest, the triceps, and a continued release of the hips. Feeling the palms pressing together, setting an intention for your practice. Inhale to breathe that intention in deeply. And exhale, releasing the hands back and down to the mat, coming back to child's pose. And then from here, you're going to keep your knees where they are, but begin to shift your weight into your hands as you lift the hips. So almost like a wide tabletop position. And then shifting forward and right about where the shoulders stack over the wrists, you're going to drop your hips, open your heart, roll the shoulders back and down. You're in a cobra pose. Gaze can float up, lengthening the front of the neck, squeeze the glutes, pressing through the tops of the feet. Take a big breath in as the chest expands. And the exhale returns you back to child's pose. We'll do this 2 more times. Undulating the spine forward, dropping the hips, open the heart, coming into cobra, or maybe lifting the heels towards the head, dropping the head back towards the feet, pressing back to child's pose. And 1 more time. Rippling the spine forward. Find that external rotation of the upper arm bone. Send the heart space through the shoulders. Either keep the legs lengthened or bend at the knees. And then return back to child's pose. And taking a deep breath here. And then find your way to downward facing dog. And taking a moment in your down dog. Bend one knee, then the other. And pedaling out the feet. And then find stillness here. Inhale, you're going to roll forward to high plank. And then exhale, a floating child's pose. So send the knees out wide. Press the hips to the heels, anchoring the palms into the mat. Then draw the knees back towards center. Lengthen the legs back to downward facing dog. Doing this 2 more times. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, floating child's pose. Inhale, the knees move back towards center. And exhale, downward facing dog. Last time on your own, maybe making it a little bit more fluid this time. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and exhale that out. Inhale, the right leg floats up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, open up the hip, circle out the ankle and the knee, maybe prop up onto the right fingertips. Continue to lift that right knee up towards the sky as you draw the heel in towards the seat. Maybe the left heel floats down onto the mat. Then come back to your three-legged dog, square the hips, lengthen the leg, inhale. Exhale, tiger curl, knee to nose. Press the mat away, hover, and then slowly release that right shin down to the mat. Find your modified side plank. So left sole of the foot finds the earth as the left arm reaches up towards the sky. And take a deep breath in here. And on the exhale, bend the left arm, catch the back of the head with the left palm, and begin to press the hips towards the left side of the mat as you arch the spine back. Keep grounding through the outer edge of the left foot, top of the right. And then keeping this all on, inhale, float the left arm back up towards the sky, gaze up, and exhale it up and over towards the front of the mat, really opening the left side body. Inhale, coming up to a modified reversed warrior. And exhale, cartwheel your hands back down to the mat. Come onto the ball of the left foot. And you're going to hover the right knee above the ground. Come back to that reverse crunch. Inhale, three-legged dog. And exhale, right foot outside of the right hand, coming into a lizard lunge. Any variation of lizard that's in your practice, maybe releasing that left knee down and tuck the toes, or keep the leg extended. Take a few breaths here to play, to guide your body in different directions, maybe shifting the weight forward and back, side to side, circling the hips in one direction or the other. A nice option here too is to turn that right foot out on a 45-degree angle, lowering the forearms down to the ground and maybe rolling over onto the outer edge of the right foot. And if you've lowered down onto your forearms, go ahead and press back up to your palms. If you have not done so already, lower the left knee to the mat, untuck the toes. Really ground through the left palm, spread all 5 fingers wide, gripping the mat. Then inhale, the right arm floats up to the sky. And exhale, either placing the palm on the inside of the right thigh, guiding the right thigh open with the pressure of the hand, or begin to reach back towards the back of the mat. Maybe the left foot floats up and you catch the outside of the foot with the right hand. And taking a few breaths here, closing your eyes, really feeling every sensation move through your body. Our hips hold on to so much stress and trauma. A lot of emotion comes out when we move through a hip-focused practice. Observing that with no judgment. If you have the bind of the foot, slowly release. Inhale the right arm back up towards the sky. And exhale, place it to the inside of the right foot. Tuck the left toes and straighten the leg. Inhale, you're going to lengthen both legs, round the spine, drop the head. Maybe the right toes float off the mat as you come onto the heel. And exhale, coming back to lizard. Drop the pelvis and send the heart space through the shoulders, just like we did in the warm-up. 2 more like this. Inhale, lengthen the legs. Maybe the left heel drops as the right toes lift up. And exhale, coming back down to an exaggerated lizard. Last time. Ending in lizard, hopping the left foot to the outside of the left hand and finding your way into malasana. And closing your eyes, a few deep breaths here. Every exhale, the hips fall closer towards the earth. Inhale to lengthen the spine, lift the crown of the head up. And exhale to relax and melt, making this posture super meditative. And slowly fluttering the eyes back open. Inhale, come all the way up to stand, press through the feet, rise up, reach up, gaze up. And exhale, release the hands down beside you. Heel toe the feet into midline. And then place the hands on the low back, fingertips face down. Begin to squeeze the glutes. Lift through the low belly, so belly button to spine. Draw the elbows in towards each other. And then find a supported back bend here, pressing the hips forward, arching the spine back. And slowly pressing the low back into the palms to come up. Release the hands down beside you, Tadasana. Inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up to the sky. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. And exhale, a deeper forward fold. Staying here for a few breaths. So any variation that's in your practice, maybe grabbing the big toes with the peace fingers or wrapping the forearms behind the shins. Thinking about lifting the tailbone up towards the sky as you drop the head down low and gently pressing through the backs of the legs, guiding them towards straight. Shifting the weight into the balls of the feet. One more breath here. And let that go. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. And exhale, plant the palms, step back to high plank. And then slowly lower down, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, ripple through to a baby cobra. And exhale, release, forehead to mat, knees out wide, child's pose. One time, just like we did in the beginning of class, moving forward, finding your cobra, and pressing back through child's pose to downward facing dog. On an inhale, float the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Same options here. You can play with dropping the right heel, coming up onto the left fingertips as you begin to work through this shape. And focusing on opening the front of the left hip, the hip flexor, the psoas, even the quad here. And then come back to a three-legged dog. Inhale to lengthen the leg. And exhale, tiger curl, knee to nose, holding for a moment. Find your strength. And then with control, slowly release the left shin down to the mat, finding your modified side plank on this side. Inhale, that right arm sweeps up. And exhale to catch the back of the hand, the back of the head with the hand as you rotate your heart space up. Really lifting through the left obliques here, finding length in the right side body and opening the front of the hips. Floating the right arm back up to the sky and then up and over towards the front of the mat. Inhale, modified reversed warrior. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the mat. And that is my alarm. You guys find your way back to a three-legged dog on the left side. I have no idea what that's for. So meeting in a three-legged dog, left leg reaches up. Maybe you passed through that tiger curl, maybe not. And taking a deep breath in and exhale, stepping the left foot between the hands. Really, really nice. Releasing the right knee down, untuck the toes. Inhale, the arms sweep up towards the sky. And exhale, planting the hands. Step the right foot up to meet the left and fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. And exhale to fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive up to the sky. And exhale, swan dive right back down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant the hand, step the left foot back. Drop the left knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, the arms sweep up, low crescent lunge on Janayasana. And exhale, plant the hands, step right back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. And exhale, lizard on this side, left foot to the outside of the left hand. And same thing as we did on the right side, taking a few breaths to play and to explore a deeper variation or take a really responsible modification. Releasing the right knee to the mat, untuck the toes. Inhale, the left arm sweeps up towards the sky. And exhale, placing it to the inside of the thigh or grabbing for the foot. Continue to roll the right shoulder back and down. Press through the palm. This is one of my favorite poses as it really taps into all areas. We are finding hip opening, a bit of a back bend, a twist, a chest opener. And of course, the front of the right thigh. Go ahead and release the right foot if you have it. Inhale, the left arm sweeps back up towards the sky. And exhale to the inside of the left foot. Tuck the right toes, straighten the leg back to lizard. Inhale, lengthen the legs, drop the head round the spine, almost like a cat-like spine. And then exhale back to an exaggerated lizard and finding almost like a cow-like spine. Two more like this. Inhale to lengthen and lift. Exhale to rebend and arch. Last time. Ending in lizard and finding your way to malasana on this side. Right foot to the outside of the right hand. Hands then come to prayer in front of the heart, using your elbows to gently guide the knees away from midline. Close your eyes and just notice if this malasana feels any different than the first one. Maybe taking a body scan, moving your awareness through your physical vessel. How are you feeling in this shape today? And slowly fluttering open the eyes. And then we're going to find our way in a really, really fun way onto our backs. But first, we're going to drop the seat to the ground and take a few rolls back and forth. So drop the seat, maybe the legs come up and over the head, finding plow. And then coming up, and maybe you want to take a seated forward fold. Anything that feels good, you can come into a shoulder stand. A little bit of playtime here. And then whenever you are complete, finding your way onto your back. And bringing the right knee into the chest for a supine pigeon pose, gently guiding the right knee towards the right armpit. Let the leg fall off to the right side, creating space. A few breaths here. And then crossing the right leg up and over the body to the left, moving into a spinal twist. Lengthening the right arm to the right, releasing the shoulders. And close the eyes. And something I love so much about videos on demand, even in my personal practice, is that if this stretch is feeling incredible for you today, stay here. Pause this video and then return back when you're ready to move on. But for now, we'll move on. So continue to roll to the left side. We're going to come into half frog. You're going to keep your left leg straight, foot pointed, right leg bent, foot flexed. You're just going to roll onto your stomach. But again, keeping the legs as they are. Stacking the hands underneath the forehead, elbows out wide. Making any little adjustments. So the right leg should be at 90-degree angle, the left leg super straight. And release. With each exhale, can the hips fall deeper towards the earth as they open? With each inhale, maybe observing where the breath moves into the body as the belly is contracted and constricted by the ground beneath us. The breath naturally moves into the back body, expands outwards into the rib cage, maybe directing the breath specifically into the hips. And take one more breath here. And then lengthen the right leg back long to meet the left. Let the heels fall outward and just give your hips a little rock from side to side. Rolling back over onto your back. And once you arrive, bringing the left knee into the chest. And then guide the knee towards the armpit, finding your supine pigeon on this side. And the right leg can be loose and at ease, or you can flex the foot and press through the heel. Moving into spinal twist on this side, bringing the right knee, or the left knee rather, across the body to the right. And breathing here. And while this is a twist, it is also an outer hip opener, as well as a chest opener, especially if you lengthen that left arm out long. Or maybe even bring the left arm up and over the head, almost like a full body stretch with just that left arm. Play with different variations. You can cactus the arm. I always find it to be very supportive to place my right hand on the outside of the left thigh and to hook the left heel underneath the outside of the right thigh. And taking one more breath. And then finding your way to half a frog on this side. Continue to roll over onto your belly. Maybe switching the stacking of the palms. And then let go. Notice if the shoulders are creeping up towards the ears. Using your breath to move through any tension or stress that's held in the shoulders, in the hips, in the muscle of the mind. And begin to lengthen the left leg long to meet the right. And on this side, bend the knees and then windshield wiper the legs from side to side. And lengthen the legs back out long. And And then roll back over onto your back, bringing the knees into the chest. A little rock from side to side. And then taking any final pose that calls to you. Maybe it's happy baby, or you can find a supine straddle stretch by lengthening the legs. A supine butterfly, bringing the soles of the feet together. All three of the poses I just mentioned are hip targeted postures, but again, anything that calls to you to close your practice. And then, whenever you are ready, making your way to Shavasana, lengthening the legs out long, the arms out wide. And here is definitely a place that I would recommend to pause your video to lie here as long as you would like and as long as you can today. And savoring the stillness and the silence. Taking a body scan, noticing the difference in how your hips feel, how your entire body feels. And the shift in energy, maybe the ease of the mind, openness of the heart. Take it all in. Receiving all of the benefits of this practice. And again, please stay here as long as you can and want. If you're ready to move on and out, bringing some movement back into the body, wiggle fingers and toes, rolling ankles and wrists. Hear those nice cracks. So maybe take a full body stretch. And then roll over onto your right side into a fetal position, pausing for a moment to reflect on your practice. What was this process like for you today? Pressing yourself up to Sukhasana, easy seat, eyes closed, hands in prayer in front of the heart. Final moment to honor this practice and to honor the intention you worked with, and just so deeply honor yourself as I honor you for showing up, for moving, breathing, and being exactly as you are. One more breath in to seal our practice today. And then exhale as we bow and say namaste. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat. I hope your hips feel a little happier and have an amazing rest of your day. Bye.